Yo. No, I don't know why I said that just now. Wilmot's probably like all excited. Nah, what's up, guys? It's Teach Me Tuesday. It's Gavin, LaShawn, Wilmot. We back at you again with another episode. We're gonna jump right into it, guys. It's today is February 4th. So at the beginning of a month, we kind of want to drop on you guys the market update, let you know what's going on with the trends, and then talk about some different strategies and affordabilities, and maybe some challenges that might be going on in today's market. So guys, man, I'm happy to be here. Let's go ahead and jump into it. LaShawn, what's going on in today's market? You know,
Okay,
how we
yeah. I mean,
looking?
when it
How
comes to the mortgage world right now, I would say that things are kind of steady if compared to last year where we were versus this year in January 2025. Just having that data there, the market is kind of stable. I think a lot of people predicted that rates were going to drastically drop by now, but on average, right now, a 30-year fixed conventional loan is still ranging roughly about 7.09%. FHA is coming in a little bit lower, around 6.95%. So rates aren't, quote unquote, low, but they're still, historically, stable, right? They're not, what people are probably got accustomed to around COVID time when rates did fall, to 2, 3, and sometimes even 4%. But they've been kind of, staying steady in that 7, high 6% rate.
okay?
So what that means to the future home buyer that may be interested or on the fence if they should kind of pursue home ownership still, our answer will always be absolutely yes, right? We definitely will tell you to do so because real estate kind of goes in ebbs and flows, and so sometimes you just don't know what the market is really going to do. I mean, we don't want it, but knock on wood, rates could potentially go up or they could potentially go down. You just never know. It's almost like playing double dutch. You just kind of got to jump in there when you can, and then kind of create a strategy or plan to kind of manage your mortgage as we go. So far, rates are kind of holding steady. They haven't really dropped, but they haven't really rose neither. So
Okay.
that's what's kind of going on in the mortgage world. I'm gonna
Well,
kick it
sweet.
off
Well, I
to.
tell you what, Mr. Wilmot, I'm not gonna hold you back. Go ahead and let you dive in there. But one thing I do want to say before you jump in is man, we can see that when it comes to rates, it doesn't happen, dramatically. Those drops and those increases, they happen over a flow of time. So I know that the big anticipation was, well, let's wait until the election happens. What's going to happen after the election? Is it going to stuff going to change immediately? Not from our aspect just yet. Not in regards to the real estate world. So that's those things happen gradually, not instantaneous.
Right,
But yeah, take it away, Wilma.
right, guys. I'm glad we're talking about this because it's important that the people know about mortgages, know about rates, know about the different numbers when it comes to real estate and when it comes to home sales. That way, you can make an informed decision. All right, an
Mhm.
informed decision when you're out there either buying or selling your property. So, just to give you a little rundown on what's happening in the real estate market, and I'm gonna break it down to a local level. I do have some data for Orangeburg, Somerville, Ladson. If you're in a certain area, in a certain area that you would like some data for that particular area, just let me know. We can maybe cover that in the next episode. But one of the important things people want always ask me about price. Hey, what are prices doing right now? So just to kind of give you an idea where prices are, the median price point right now for Orangeburg in the month of January 2025 was around 170,000. Okay, that has dropped some from where it was last year. It's dropped about 7.5%. Also, I got some data for Somerville. The median price point for Somerville in January 2025 was 386,000, almost
Ouch.
double.
Ouch.
Okay, almost double. Now you can kind of see the numbers, right? And that has actually went up very little. It has went up a little bit, 0.1% year to date. And then you have Ladson came in median price point, home sales price point is at 299,000, which dropped a little bit, about 14%, okay, from last year this time. So another thing that people ask me about a lot of times by property owners, they want to know, hey Wilma, how long are homes staying on the market? We call it days on market. All right. In Orangeburg, this time in Orangeburg around January 2025, it's about 56 days on market. That has dropped. That has dropped from last year, about 27%. Somerville is about 27 days on market. It has dropped also 3.6%. And Ladson, which is 19 days on market, which has went up actually 46% from year to date. Okay. So home sales, median home sales price, days on market, trying to see what other let's look at closed sales. Okay. I mean, how
Before
many?
you jump there though, I want to point out. I want to just
Go ahead.
piggyback off
I was
something you
going.
just.
Hey, your boy was going. So just
And
go ahead.
hey, no, but I want to piggyback off of something that you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how we identify, man. If you think about just in terms of distance from Somerville to Orangeburg, we're talking about a matter of what 45, 50 miles
Right.
at best.
Yeah.
And man, how the difference in property value is doubled in a
Absolutely.
matter of 45 to 50 miles. And then when
Absolutely.
you gave the numbers for Somerville to Ladson, we're talking about less than 5 to 10 miles apart. How
Oh,
the average home sale price is 299 or somewhere. I believe that's the number you gave, and then 380, just 10 miles, 5 10 miles up the road.
the closer you get to the water,
Yes, sir.
the more expensive the price point, right? I haven't even pull up like Isle of Palm, right?
Oh,
Mount
yeah.
Pleasant, right? Those areas like that, the price points continue to rise in those higher, very desired areas like that. So, yep,
But
yep,
yeah,
But
yep.
no, that's really good stuff because I think, and I honestly think that people need to know these numbers. And we
Mhm.
don't tell you these numbers to alarm you, but we tell you these numbers because we truly want to educate you on strategies on how do you respond to a market that we're in, right? I think there's so many people last year, especially I would say between third and fourth quarter, a lot of people were just on the fence. They were really like, I'm just gonna wait, kind of like Gavin said, wait and see what the market does before they kind of take that leap into even trying to see what it looks like for them to purchase a home. But now that they kind of have this information and they know that these house prices and what they're kind of been trending, in addition to if you're a seller, an owner, a property owner, and you want to sell your home, how long is it taking to do so? So next we're going to try to transition into unless you had some more stats, Wilma, I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I think those were probably the most important ones. Home sales, days on market. I mean, I can go in more detail. If there's someone out there that wants some more details, probably closed sales, new listings on the market,
Mhm.
pending sales, things of that nature, I pull it straight from the MLS. So it's not something I'm using Chat GPT for. Okay. This is coming straight from the MLS data, where every agent has the input, all of their closed deals, closed sales, report everything directly into that system. So it's very accurate. Yeah.
That's good. That's really good to know. That's really, really good to know because I think sometimes, data can be misleading depending on the source. So
Right.
thank you for definitely pointing it out. And then you're giving stuff that's on a local level. So like just switching gears just a little bit. So when it comes to affordability, right? Because that's a big topic, right? Is affordability. You have this data here that tells you average rates, that's telling you average days on market, average home price. And to some people, you may be thinking, well, wow, like that's not affordable for me. Or how do I, take advantage of this market if this is kind of like the market that is going to be for a while? Because we don't know how long we're going to be, kind of in these prices. I mean, what things are showing right now, like the actual prices of homes and things like that started increasing around COVID. So you're thinking about late 2019 going into 2020. I mean, we're in 2025 now, and these house prices haven't necessarily really dipped down that much, right? So affordability is now a challenge. And so, what are some practical ways that a person can really, really work towards affording the market that we're in today? Gavin, what would you say?
I mean, well, first you got to take care of the things that you can take care of. Guys, we can always take care of our credit. We can do the things that we need to do. Well, we can first find out where we are credit wise, and then get a plan together to figure out if we need to improve our credit, how to attack that.
Yeah.
So I think credit definitely is number one. Number two is probably, man, um, is figuring out having a plan and figuring out a budget. You know what you can afford, what you're comfortable with,
Yeah.
and you know what it takes to make sure that you're not exceeding, you're not overreaching. Um, or you got to figure out how to balance that overreach because yeah, I mean a home is a very important thing to have. A home is a very important investment, and sometimes we can suck it up in other areas to overreach in this area that's an importance in our lives. So we don't want anybody to go out and be home house poor, but we do want you to make an investment in your future and your children's future, in regards to buying a home.
Yeah, I agree because I think the biggest thing that we are seeing when we're actually talking about just like trends and just giving updates, a lot of people have a lot more debt nowadays,
Yes.
and that has been truly impacting their mortgage loan process when it comes to how much of a home they can afford and how much of a loan they can be eligible for because over the years, because of inflation, the prices of everything is higher from, your foods to gas to you name it. So a lot of people are, leaning a little bit more heavily on credit cards or taking out a lot more personal debt or borrowing extra money on their student loans, things like that, just to kind of, give themselves a relief or to make ends meet. And so one of the things that we would strongly encourage people to do is to really figure out a strategy, whether it requires them to get with a budget counselor or something like that, to really help figure out how to manage and pay down debt.
Yeah. Hey, well,
Right.
one thing I just thought about real quick. Well, I don't know if y'all this ever came to mind, but I just think about how now the everything is so quick. Like we have everything, we have access to so many things now. In regards to, you don't have to leave your house to get whatever food it is that you desire, or whatever item it is you want out of the store. Everything can be delivered to you. And
Absolutely.
I just think about, man, the ease of that access. How many people just pull out that card or go online and send stuff. So now I think it's made it a whole lot easier for us to accumulate debt. Because think about it, before when you couldn't call, you couldn't pick up the phone or go on your app on your phone and order $20,000 worth of merch or whatever from Amazon, or however you do it, however you get into large sums of debt. You had to physically get to the store, and sometimes we had deterring factors that would prevent us from going out into the bad weather to go get this item, or, oh, I don't really need this today. But
So what,
because
what
we
I'm
have,
hearing you saying is convenience.
yes, the convenience, the ease of
Convenience have,
access,
have have definitely increased the
the
cost
the debt that
of,
people
of
get into.
the cause of debt, the
Yeah,
increase in debt. I can see
I
that.
totally agree with you, man. That makes a ton of sense, man. Because you think about it, and then convenience and just and I'm guilty of this, guys. And this
Oh
is a
yeah.
transparent moment. Like just not willing to wait
Mhm.
until you have the funds to buy it straight out. A lot of times you're like, well, man, hey, I can put it on the card, and I can make payments on it. And I get it, in certain scenarios that might be a great strategy, but man, I just think that a lot of times that delayed gratification um is lacked in our society when it comes to a lot of stuff, and not just spending, but in other areas as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the last thing before we wrap up for today, when we talk about, affordability, is just really think about being strategic in your home search, because that's going to play an important part. Sometimes we may have this, vision of, living in, your first home being, X, Y, and Z. But sometimes we might need to scale that back some the first
Mm,
go around, just to really be able to just get in a home and then create a strategy from there once you kind of build equity, or really, being a little bit more open to property types and different neighborhoods and things like that. Because I think that that would also help as well.
right. Absolutely, guys. I'm actually, that's a very common thing that I deal with, especially with clients that have the budget doesn't match the house they
Say
want,
it,
you
Wilmot.
know.
Say it. Champagne taste and beer
Right.
budget.
You said it.
Champagne taste and beer budget.
That's what Gavin said. And yeah, sometimes I deal with that, guys. And it's okay. And it is okay. We will try our best to find something that fits your needs, right? You might want the 20 acres and the big house
Well,
and everything, but that price point might not match what the lender approved you for. Okay. So it's one of those things. It could be humbling. Okay. It actually is humbling. A lot of times you look at those homes, it's like, man, this is how much this type of a house costs. Oh, okay. This is how much my monthly payment is gonna be. Oh, okay. So it's 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 cool. A lot of times we have to go out a couple times with clients so that they can see how long their money can go.
mhm.
And then that way you gotta have a talk with yourself. Am I willing to pay what
That part right
it costs to stay in this house? So
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Well, that's our time for today, guys. As always, if you guys have any topics or have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to us directly via all social media sites. We will definitely see you guys next week on another episode of Teach Me Tuesday. Have a great week.
Oh yeah, man. We ain't gonna jump off without letting everybody know that the Eagles about to win the
I
Super
knew you was
Bowl,
gonna say
baby.
it.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Oh,
We're
Lord.
going to victory.
All right. Goodbye, y'all.
Congratulations, Eagle
Go
fans.
Birds.